What about the fear? Were you afraid there?
At times, absolutely. It was, especially in the beginning, frankly, I was trained well, but not particularly well, and we got there, and when you first see combat, it's like pro football. It goes much faster than you think, and more awkwardly than you think, and it's not particularly grand or anything, and you try to save your life, and you see death, and you get used to it, and after a few engagements, you get better at it. You learn fast. You get better at it.
Does the fear become blurred or numb as you do, like patrolling in the...
You crystallize the fear. You have to lose the fear. You have to get past it, because otherwise you're going to freeze up.
So how do you get past it?
Sometimes, for example, you get angry. And that's not a good emotion either, but you get awfully, as I said, pissed off. And in Vietnam we had the issue of less control, but there was a lot of racism, as there is in Iraq and Afghanistan. A lot of soldiers lost their ability to differentiate between the villagers and the enemy, the idea of killing innocents.
Fire my command! Pass fire! Fire my command! Cease fire! Cease fire, you ass! What the f*** are you doing? What happened? Cease fire, you ass! Damn it, I want to know what happened!
I don't know, sir. Possible accidental discharge.
You better get a street team in there. Get 5 men, get in there, tell me how many we got. Move! Get out over there, anything else? Baldy, anything else? Baldy, Baldy! There! Check it out!
Echo 2 Alpha, Echo 2 Alpha, Echo 2, send your sit rep over.
They died! They died! They died! They died! They died! Get him out! Get him out!
This is 6. Check those hooches and clear ASAP. We got a fire mission inbound, over.
Oh my God. We didn't do this, did we? Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
That's also going on in Afghanistan. There was a wedding party of 50 people was attacked by a Predator drone. I mean, we've set off bad hostility towards America among all those people. And these are tribal people, but they have big families. So we probably pissed off 1,500 people. Yeah, that ferocity, that fear, it goes on. When people kill babies by accident, they kill families. It's happening now, and it's the nature of war. We cannot operate in a foreign country. We intervene. Once we intervene, America has this blocky reputation. It just cannot be done by our servicemen.
What was it like to kill?
Frankly, you get numbed out. I mean, you reach a place of desensitization. You shoot without thinking. You shoot because it's an instinct.
Do you know who you're shooting at?
Well, we were killing the enemy. We were actually in conflict with the NVA in the jungle, but when we were in the villages, it was much more difficult. But I certainly saw American soldiers abuse villagers, hit them, torture them, in some cases rape them, burn down their hooches. I mean, we treated them badly.
How about you? How did you come to terms with what happened to you there? And what did happen to you?
A lot of things happened. I mean, the priests were there blessing us and would bless us before we went out in the field and basically tell us that God was on our side against the North Vietnamese. We went into situations that were, let me just say that I came back desensitized, another person, speaking another language, thinking another way, not believing in anything I saw in Vietnam, from the officer class down. They were badly mismanaged, badly fought war. Tremendous waste of resources, money. I never saw an intelligent approach to the war, which I think could have been done, but it was never achieved. I mean, there were some very good officers, so they were World War II material. These guys had been through the real thing in Korea, and you would trust them. So, and also our master sergeants. We were working with 40, 50-year-old master sergeants, and we looked up to them. But in reality, they didn't know what they were doing in this jungle. They had no idea. They were arrogant. They had come from World War II, and they thought that they could beat the Vietnamese. They didn't take it seriously. And we also had the attitude of heavy fire. As soon as you get opposition, you bring in heavy artillery. You even bring in planes and bombs, if necessary, and you just bomb the hell out of the place, then you move forward again. You can't win a war that way. You have to win that kind of a war. If you're going to go guerrilla, you got to go guerrilla to guerrilla. You got to go in with what we're doing to some degree in Afghanistan, but it won't work. But, you know, with special forces, specially trained soldiers, what they call JSOC, Joint Special Operations Command, which is where McChrystal comes from there. It's a dirty war. McChrystal fought in
wars
Iraq.
are dirty, right?
Yeah, but they kill people, they assassinate people. It's like the Phoenix program.
Maybe they've learned what you've learned about Vietnam. Maybe they'll do it differently.
Yeah, but the Phoenix program, it did work to some degree, but there was enormous collateral damage. They killed so many innocent people. My Lai, which I wanted to make a movie about, the massacre in My Lai in March of '68, was based on faulty information gathered through Phoenix program.
That was the Phoenix program, for our viewers, was the program by which VC, Viet Cong, and Vietnamese were picked up and tortured until they told what they knew or made up what they told us.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we also picked up school teachers, labor reformers, anybody was thrown into the pen. You know, it was anybody who talked about change against the government, anybody who expressed a desire for reform was lopped together with communists.
Was there an experience where the illusions fell away and you said to yourself, we're not the good guys?
Yeah, I would say when I was wounded the second time, it was in January, I said, I'm in for it. I thought this was much more, I thought in terms of Hemingway and Jack London and Joseph Conrad. You know, I was a literary young man. I was a cerebral young man. I had been to Yale, so this was all new to me. I couldn't even take notes in the field because it was so wet. It was another war, and all of a sudden I got real. And I think that was the best thing that ever happened to me in a way. I got real. And,
why did you go? You didn't have to go.
To.
You could have stayed in Yale.
I wasn't happy with George Bush was in my class in '68, class of '68. It wasn't my class. It wasn't my type of people. I didn't belong. I didn't know where I belonged, Bill. I just knew I didn't belong there.
Did you feel you belonged? At first, when you arrived in Vietnam, did you think you belonged there? A warrior?
At first,
warrior?
Well, I was feeling my way. And I don't think I am warrior class, but I did my job, and I did well as a soldier eventually. At first, I would be a typical grunt. I made mistakes. I was wounded. Probably the first time I was wounded, I was shot by my own man. I think, or a grenade shrapnel blast got me from my own. I believe so. The guy, it was this idiot behind me threw a grenade. He didn't know what he was doing at night, and it landed close to me.
There's a scene from Platoon where one of the soldiers is writing a letter to his grandma.
I guess having always been sheltered and special, I just want to be anonymous, like everybody else. Do my share for my country. Live up to what Grandpa did in the first war and Dad did in the second. Well, here I am, anonymous all right, with guys nobody really cares about. They come from the end of the line, most of them. Small towns you never heard of. Pulaski, Tennessee, Brandon, Mississippi, Pork Bend, Utah, Wampum, Pennsylvania. 2 years high school's about it. Maybe if they're lucky, a job waiting for them back in a factory. But most of them got nothing. They're poor, they're the unwanted, yet they're fighting for our society and our freedom. It's weird, isn't it? At the bottom of the barrel, and they know it. Maybe that's why they call themselves grunts, because a grunt can take it, can take anything. They're the best I've ever seen, Grandma. The heart and soul.
And now, what do you think about that?
I think they were good people. I don't think we were fighting for freedom of America, no.
What were you fighting for?
Our lives, survival. Most of those guys that I met were counting the days until they de-roast, they got out. In other words, they were fractured units, the 25th Infantry. We would go in, I had 300 days left or 365 days left. The next guy next to me had 27 days left. That's all that we were doing. We're trying to get out alive. Or as the Bee Gees said, staying alive.
I'll be back with Oliver Stone, but first, this is one of those times when we take a short break so you can go to your phone or computer and pledge your support of this public television station. The station needs your help now more than ever and is waiting for you to be in touch. Thank you.
Oh, I meant to say that, yeah, about the Marshall Plan, that we could have been...